Welcome, everyone, to tonight's episode of Dead Talk Live. I'm your host, Viz, from Walking Dead Now, and we are continuing our Walking Dead series on What-Ifs and how the story plotline could be different today. Before we get to all that, as all of you guys are joining in, hello, Ismail. Everyone's coming into the room. Thank you for joining me tonight. Before we get to all that, if you guys have seen my posts today throughout Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and so on, you see that today we are introducing two new items for our daily giveaway contest. Two new action figures. And we are giving away the Green Sisters, Beth and Maggie Green. You can see them up on your screen. As you probably figured out, I have a lot more of these than I've shown you already, and let's just say we're going to be giving away action figures for the next 3 weeks. And as the days go on, we're going to get into the really big characters here, the major players when it comes to these action figures. So I see everybody smiling. Hello, TWD fan. Thank you for joining us all the way from the UK. Hello. So like I said, as the days progress, I'm going to be introducing bigger and bigger character names in these action figures. These are collector's items, going to be worth a lot of money in someday near here. So whoever wins these, my recommendation, they're brand new in the box. Keep them in the box, and you can make a nice coin off of them in several years from now. So, again, welcome everybody tonight to joining us across Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We are multicasting as always across all those platforms. And we're going to be doing something new today. Hello, SC7. Two big favorite characters from the show. All right, 7 from YouTube. I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you like the action figures. So we're going to be, I'm going to be showing you guys a feature that I've been sort of reluctant to bring on the screen because I don't think it really looks very nice. Let me just bring it up and show you. Okay. It's this chat screen. So basically this chat screen right here is everyone can see what everyone else is writing on the other platforms. There's a caveat though. Okay. Instagram doesn't like to share what's called their stream key. The only way I'm able to include Instagram in this multicast broadcast is by using like a third-party software, or else I would not be doing it if I couldn't broadcast to my Instagram followers. So Instagram followers, you guys are going to be able to see what YouTube followers, Facebook followers, Twitter followers are saying. But unfortunately for YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter followers, you guys will not be able to see what the Instagram people are saying. So let's just all hope that Instagram, reaches up to the current times here and, releases some of these features. And surprisingly so, hello, Marko. Surprisingly so, Facebook allows this, and Instagram is owned by Facebook. Instagram is owned by Facebook. On Facebook, you're allowed to stream for like 4 hours. On Instagram, you're only allowed to stream for 1 hour. Facebook, you're allowed to join the streaming services. I use Restream to multicast, and Facebook is a part of it, but Instagram is not on any kind of multicasting streaming. So anyway, that's what that window is up on your screen. I'm going to leave it up so you guys can see what each other are writing. Instagram people get to see their chats on Instagram, and YouTube, Twitter, Facebook people can see what they're writing amongst each other as well. Okay, so how's everyone doing tonight? Kenzie902 on Instagram is with us. Thank you so much for joining us, Kenzie. We have our YouTube followers, Facebook, Twitter. Everyone is here. Like I said, we are continuing the storyline of what could have been different if things went, well, let's just say decisions were made differently on the show. and how that would have affected the storyline and where we are today. This is part 4 of the series, and we've only managed to get through season 6. So we are going to be starting with season 7 today. Yes, the dreaded season 7, episode 1. The episode that broke our hearts. It broke our hearts. Hi, Agbola. Waving back at you on Instagram. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. Hi, Leah. Leah, this is an awesome name. Leah, the Deadly Lucifer Warlock on Instagram. Lee, sorry, not Leah. Lee, the Deadly Lucifer Warlock. That's a kick-ass name, Lee. Kick-ass name. I'm waving back at you. So yeah, we're going into the premiere of season 7. We met Negan in the finale of season 6. We all knew something bad was coming, and man, did they leave us with a cliffhanger. There were a lot of people pissed off, and I was one of them, about that season 6 finale cliffhanger. We had to wait 8 months. 8 long months to find out if Glenn lives, how it was all going to play out as opposed to how it played out in the comic books. Hey, Poncho from Instagram. Lee, thanks for saying my name. No problem, Lee. You've got a kick-ass Instagram name. No problem. So, yeah, going back to that, 8 months we had to wait. We had to wait 8 months to find out how it all played out. And when it finally premiered, well, let's just say a lot of people stopped watching the show after the season premiere of episode 7. Not because it was a bad episode. It was an amazing episode. It was just too amazing. It was too good, too realistic. But we lost Glenn and Abraham. And for a lot of people, losing Glenn was a game changer. And they stopped watching the show. Luciana, no, sorry, Luciana on Instagram. I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. As I said in our prior broadcast, I am bilingual, but I speak English and Greek. So any Greek people out there, you guys can write me. But sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry, Luciana. Poncho writes, because of Glenn and Abe's death. Absolutely, Poncho. A lot of people stopped watching the show, and it's disappointing. Like I said, it was an amazing episode. I remember my son was binge watching the show to catch up to where I was, which was, up to the latest episode at the time. And I told him when he got to season 7, episode 1, I wanted to watch that with him. Because I told him it was a very disturbing episode. He was like 14 or 15 at the time. And I'm like, I want to be there. I want to be there when you watch that. I want to watch that with you. And let me just... Hi, Ismail. I'll get to you in a second. I just want to tell you this story with my son watching episode 1 of season 7. We're watching it. It starts. You don't see right away who gets whacked. He saw Abraham die. He turns to me, this is not that bad. This is not that bad, But when Negan turned and smashed Glenn's head, my son's reaction was priceless. I mean, I can't describe it to you. He buried his face in the palm of his hand, and he couldn't stop saying, no, 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 no. It was priceless. And I'm like, I go to him, well, yeah, that's why I wanted to watch this with you, So he was very upset, but he did not stop watching the show. A lot of people stopped watching. That's disappointing. As we learn where we've lost prior big name characters, the show goes on. The show goes on. Life goes on. We lost Rick in the show, and the show goes on. We're having an amazing season 10, and Rick's not in it. We lost Glenn. It hurts. It still hurts to this day. But the show must go on. And they tricked us. You know, when Abraham died, those of us who knew that it was Glenn that was going to die in the comic books in that scene, and when it was Abraham, a lot of us, you know, breathed that little tragic breath of relief, like, Glenn is going to be spared. And when Negan just flipped around and whacked Glenn, all of us, our jaws just must have dropped. Because not only did we lose Glenn, we lost Abraham as well. Hello, IB. IB Hernandez from Instagram. Waving back at you, IB. How are you doing tonight? Boris from Mexico. Mexico's in the house. We have people from all over the world in the house. Yesterday's winner was from YouTube, Saz. She was from the UK. We also had TWD Fan, aka Toby from the UK, on with us on the phone. El Salvador is in the house. Yeah, we definitely have a global audience. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you guys are all great. You're great. I mean, yeah, we talk about The Walking Dead here, but I just enjoy talking to you guys. We get to share, you know, some of our favorite moments from one of our favorite TV shows, and it's amazing. Bore writes, I like The Walking Dead Season 9. Season 9 was good. You know, we lost Rick. We did the time jump. We got to see little ass kicker Judith, you know, become a little ass kicker. There's no other way to put that. She became the little ass kicker. Lee on Instagram writes, I like Merle Dixon. There are people who do like Merle Dixon. Merle Dixon, you know, he played a prick on the show, but a lot of people did like him, you know? So let me ask you a question, Lee, the deadly Lucifer Warlock. Do you think if the governor did not kill Merle, do you think, you know, Merle's redemption could have been complete? So let me know what you think about that, Lee. Let me know if Merle could have been redeemed if he wasn't killed and left to turn by the governor. IB likes Maggie. I love Maggie. So, yeah, Season 7, Episode 1, there's really just not much to say. I do want to say one more thing about that season premiere in Season 7. If you guys have any doubts in your mind, Negan broke Rick that night. I mean, he broke him. And it was the first time that we saw Rick break to anybody. And Negan broke him. Bore, Rick is alive. He's going to be in the movies. He writes, is Rick alive or dead? Lee, yes, I think. Okay. Okay, you think Merle's redemption could have been complete? I think so too. But we never got to find out. Bore writes, Maggie is my love. And Enid. Yes. I agree with you, Bore. Anyway, going back to Rick breaking, like I said, Ismail writes, that's right, he cried. Yeah, Rick broke. I mean, Negan broke him. And he didn't, like, the moment Negan leave, like, put his ass back together again. Oh, no. For lack of a better term, and I don't like to say this on the air, Rick was Negan's bitch for the first half of Season 7. You know, and if you remember, the finale is when Rick goes over to Hilltop. He sees Daryl is there. Daryl gives him his gun back. He turns to Maggie and he's like, you know, we need to fight this guy. But for the first half of Season 7, Rick was Negan's bitch. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Negan broke him that night. When he had Carl on the ground, he gave Rick the axe, and he gave Rick, you know, a choice. Either cut your son's arm off, or I will kill your whole group, family, right in front of your eyes. Each and every one of them. I mean, talk about a messed up messed up scenario. And, Rick had it coming, So you guys have a lot of chats coming in. Boy writes, does anyone know how to learn English? Well, I'm going to let somebody else answer that question. Ismail writes, he didn't have a choice. I'm sorry, but he made him chop Carl's hand. How could you choose? Yeah, he broke him. And, just put yourself in Rick's shoes in that moment. You have a choice. You either cut your son's arm off or you see all your friends get killed in front of you. And he brought it upon himself. Rick brought it upon himself when he made that decision to go kill the Saviors. Talk about a bad decision right there. And also, once Glenn and Abraham got killed and, Rick turned to Negan and he says, I'm going to kill you. Not today, not tomorrow, but I am going to kill you. Yeah, Negan was not having any of that shit. He wasn't having that. And he took him for a little ride, brought him back, did the whole Carl thing, and he broke his ass. Yeah, Rick did break. So, okay, I'm sorry. Anytime you hear me pausing, I'm reading you guys' chats. So that's why there's the pause. Ismail writes, he did spare him at the end. Yeah, he did. He didn't want Rick to cut off his son's arm off. He wanted Rick to basically bend the knee. To use a term from Game of Thrones. He wanted Rick to bend the knee to Negan, just like he had all his other saviors bend the knee to him. Lifting Fit Journey writes, one of Rick's weakest moments. It is lifting. And as it's true in real life, any person's weakness is through their family. And Negan had Rick's son right there next to him. You think he wasn't going to take advantage of that? You have your son right next to you, and you're the leader of this group? Negan is smart, as opposed to the governor, who was impulsive. Not smart. He just acted on pure emotion. Negan is also not a psychopath. The governor was. Negan is very smart. He knew exactly how to break Rick. And he did. Mark also writes, we also want to thank Shiva for that too. Shiva did save Carl. Negan was about a split second from bashing Carl's head in, and Shiva jumped in, and that's when the rebellion officially started. Lifting Fit Journey writes, he knows how to keep people in line. He did. He knew how to keep them in line, and he was not afraid to make an example of anybody. So, there's a lot to talk about Season 7. We can spend days talking about Season 7. But, just the premiere alone, holy cow. Talk about an hour and a half episode that we can break down scene by scene. But I do want to move on. I do want to talk about, there's so much that happened, between Season 7 and Season 8. Season 8 is one of my favorite seasons. I can't tell you which is the best season for me, but Season 8, All Out War, is one of my favorite seasons. So, but we're still on Season 7. So let's move on to Deanna's son, Spencer. Okay? The hotshot who survived the apocalypse behind the safety of the walls of Alexandria. The guy who didn't like Rick. You guys remember Spencer? Deanna's son? Lee writes, where is Lucille? Lucille is lost. Remember, Michonne tells Negan when he's in prison that when Negan asked for Lucille, that they just left it in the woods. They didn't destroy it. They didn't burn it. It's lost. It's gone. It's gone forever. So, we have Lucille Part 2 right now. Lucille, the original, is gone. So Ismail writes, yep, you got, he remembers Spencer. If you guys don't remember Spencer, he's Deanna's son. Deanna was the leader of Alexandria before she got, bit in season 6. And Spencer is the idiot, if you remember, who tried to... he created that stupid... I don't even know what to call it. I guess that spin line to when the Horde was surrounding Alexandria to try to sort of climb his way over the Horde and get some help. Brazil's in the house. Mary Martin's 42. Hello, Mary. I see you. Hello. How are you doing? From Instagram. So Spencer had that brilliant idea to leap his way out of the walls of Alexandria. He almost got himself killed. The line breaks. He had to be held back in. That's when Rick yells at Tara and tells her, how many times are you going to, risk your own life for these people? And that's when Tara flips Rick off. That's a funny moment. She flips Rick off. So, some people are not caught up. Bora is asking, where's Glenn? And thank you for answering that one, Lifting Fit Journey. Glenn is long gone. I see Jem O'Renner on Instagram. That's a cool name, man. Jem O'Renner on Instagram. How you doing, bro? Anyway, Spencer got his due. Okay, when Rick was out getting supplies for Negan, Negan pays a visit to Alexandria, and Spencer decides he's going to make, he's going to fix things between Alexandria and the Saviors. And, Negan played along, and he was listening to him. But he basically guts him. Negan guts him with that huge-ass knife of his. His guts spill all over the street right there. Right in front of everybody, he guts him. And as he's dying, I believe, or just before he knifed him, he says, at least Rick is out there, doing stuff, getting me stuff. You're here basically talking bullshit to me, but at least Rick is out there, doing what he needs to do and getting me my stuff. And then he just rips his guts out, kills his ass. And that's also the moment where Rosita was trying to shoot Negan, but Rosita shot Lucille instead. Bora writes, hey, what is your name from Walking Dead now? My name is Viz. V-I-Z. I am the host of Dead Talk. Walking Dead Now. Ismail writes, why did Shiva didn't choose a better target? That was shit. Sorry. Yeah. Well, Shiva could have went after Negan, but, you can't blame the tiger. She went for the easiest target. Distracted Negan from killing Carl. So anyway, going back to that Weasel Spencer. He's dead. Good. No big loss there. And then Rosita decides to, this is her chance to use her only bullet that Eugene made for her to take out Negan. But instead of hitting Negan, she ends up shooting Lucille. Lifting Fit Journey writes, I love you, Viz. I love you too, Lifting Fit Journey. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, Rosita shoots Lucille. And Negan is not really, fazed by that. He's like, you just shot Lucille. And then, he examines the bullet casing, and he figures out that somebody made the bullet. And he wants to know who it is. Basically figures out it's Eugene. Brings Eugene back to the sanctuary to make him bullets. So, Rosita acted on emotion because he killed Abraham. She tried to take out Negan. Ended up getting Eugene kidnapped. The big what if? The big what if in that is on how things worked out. If Eugene was not kidnapped, or, maybe kidnapped is not the right word, taken against his will, whatever, to the sanctuary, Sorry, more questions coming in. Bore writes, hey Viz, do you speak Spanish? No, sorry, Bore. Don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry, bro. So anyway, that's when Eugene is taken. So going back to the big what if, as we all know, at the end of the Savior War, the only reason why, the communities beat the Saviors is because Eugene basically screwed with the bullets. And when they all went to shoot them, all the guns backfired on them and took out, the majority of the Saviors. And that was the end of that. Rick and the gang charged. The big battle ensued between Rick and Negan. Rick slashed Negan's throat. And because of Carl's letter, Negan, told Sadiq to go save his ass and save his life. And that was the end of that. But, what if Eugene, and you guys all have to admit, when this was all playing out on the screen, in the beginning, I thought Eugene was just faking it, but after a while, I really truly believed that he, because of the coward that he is or was, that he really did become a savior. He really did not. He was going to be with, by his own admission, he was going to be with the person who gives him the better chance of living. That's Eugene. He doesn't deny it. He's never denied it. Eugene is going to go with the person that is going to give him the best protection against the walkers, because he knows at that moment he cannot protect himself. He won't be able to survive against the walkers. So I believed 100% that he flipped. Eugene flipped. Ismail writes, haha, everyone wanted him dead. Yeah. Bora writes, hey Viz, a guy for Mexicans to learn to speak English. Bora, you want to learn English? You write English pretty well. Can somebody help Bora on Rosetta Stone, maybe? On how to learn English? Somebody give him a link to Rosetta Stone. IB Hernandez is laughing. Other than that, Bori, I don't know what else to tell you, brother. Ismail writes, but he didn't learn at the end. So, anyway, Eugene ending, being taken in by Negan, him rigging the bullets to backfire. If he's never taken, does the Savior War end differently? It's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Something to think about right there. And Eugene also admitted that he was seriously a savior. He thought of himself as part of Negan's group until Daryl and Rosita kidnapped him, thinking they were trying to save him. And while they were walking, Rosita was basically telling his ass off on how he's a traitor and everything. And that is what got him to change his mind and to tamper with the bullets. And in the end, help the communities beat Negan. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but it was Rosita's speech to him as they're walking away. And we all know how Eugene feels about Rosita. If anybody was going to get through to him, it was going to be Rosita. He loves her, He loves her. So, I know we're jumping to season 8. We were jumping a lot to season 8. One other point I want to make about season 7, another heartbreaking loss, was Sasha. Sasha took her own life. So the group did not have, so Negan could not use her as a pawn to surrender. I mean, Sasha was always brave. I loved her. What an amazing character, actress. Sasha taking the pill while she was in the coffin, being driven over to Alexandria. The pill that Eugene made for her so she can take her own life peacefully. and her taking that pill, and when Negan opens that coffin, and his reaction is priceless once he sees Sasha jump out of there as a walker and attack his ass. But it's just one of the bravest moments of, any character in The Walking Dead has ever done. She took her own life so Negan would not be able to use her against the communities. He didn't want Rick to make the choice of surrender or, watch Sasha die. So she took that decision right out of his hands, and she took her own life. So that was good writing right there. Ismail writes, that was a meh death, not heartbreaking. Well, it was the, hey Mariola. It wasn't the death, it was just how she did it. It was the bravery behind her death. I like Sasha, you know what I mean? I mean, she was a badass in her own way. Sasha was a badass in her own way. And she was by far the best shot. I mean, she could take out a walker or anybody from like hundreds of feet away. That was shown to us when the group was first brought into Alexandria. When Rick turns to her and he says like, Sasha, and she just flips around with her rifle and just point blank, not point blank, but from like a good 100 feet away, takes out that walker right between the eyes. So I did want to talk about Sasha. I did not want to leave her out of this, Marko writes she was broken towards the end. Oh yeah, she lost her brother, Tyrese. She lost Abraham. She was broken. She was broken, as a lot of these characters are broken. Lifting Fit Journey writes, Carl was still there, right? Yeah, Carl's still alive at that point, absolutely. So I know we've been going into season 8 a lot, but we're moving on to, well, actually, you know what? We're 32 minutes into the show. And, hey, Gaming is Gaming. How you doing? From YouTube. And you guys can see now on the chat, Gaming is, I'm displaying the universal chat to everyone to see. That's what the window is on the screen. And you guys can look on your screen, and you saw the chat just come in from YouTube. So that's a little demonstration of how this works. So we're more than halfway through the show, and I want to read tonight's trivia question. That's how we did it last night. It worked out pretty well. I read the question halfway into the show. Hey, Steven Garza. How you doing, Steven? Thank you for joining us on YouTube. So the way we did it last night is I read the question 30 minutes in, opened up the phone lines. Let me bring up the phone number. So here's the phone number. So after I read the trivia question, whoever calls in, you have until the end of the show. Whoever calls in with the right answer gets to pick any one of these action figures. Aaron and Abraham are off the table. They've already been spoken for. So we have Tyrese, RV Zombie. And RV Zombie, if you guys don't know who RV Zombie is Andrea's first walker kill in season 2, where she got attacked in the RV. That's who RV Zombie is. It's Andrea's first walker kill. In case you guys were asking, who the hell is RV Zombie? We have Bungee Walker, Gas Mask Riot Gear Zombie from season 3, Michonne's original pet number 1 that we met her in the season finale of season 2. And today I introduced 2 new action figures, Beth and Maggie Green. That's right, we're working our way into the major characters now. And I'm going to be premiering a lot more action figures. Maybe not daily, maybe every other day, maybe. But let's just say we have enough action figures to have this contest going for at least 3 weeks, to give away one every day for the next 3 weeks. So are you guys ready for this question? Everybody's giving a thumbs up. Bore subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Bore. I love that. If all you guys can subscribe to our YouTube channel, if you want to support us, that's the way to do it. Go to our YouTube channel. It's called Walking Dead Now. If you type that into the search, we should be the first channel that shows up. Our logo is the big white Walking Dead Videos logo. Click on our channel and subscribe. We'd love your support. Okay, so you guys ready for tonight's question? Because here it comes. The phone lines are open. Let me bring up the phone number again. Now, this, for the new people, hey Christian on Instagram, for any new people, you cannot type in your answer. It has to be called in. So if you know the answer and you chat it, you type it in, and somebody else uses their answer and uses your answer to call in, they're going to win. I'm not accepting answers through chat. Okay? All right. So the question is from season 1. By the way, the number is 718-509-9270. 718-509-9270. Inside the United States, you can use any phone you want to call us. If you're outside the United States, if you use Skype to call us, it's just a voice call. The call is absolutely free. So if you're outside the U.S., you can use Skype for free. Call that number. If you're inside the U.S., you can use whatever phone you'd like. Just regular calling rates apply. All right. So here we go. Here's the question. From season 1, if you guys remember, there were 2 people who stayed behind in the CDC with Jenner when he decided to trap everybody in and blow up the CDC and have him stay in there. 2 people. One of them was Andrea, who Dale convinced to leave with him. And the other person was the lady that actually did stay behind and die with Jenner. And her name was Jackie. Okay? So, if you guys remember Jackie, the question for tonight's trivia is, what was Jackie's profession prior to the apocalypse? It was discussed. She did mention it on the show. This is not something that was said off screen. It's on the show. The first person to call in with the right answer gets to pick whichever action figure they want. So let me repeat the question again. Jackie from season 1, the lady who stayed behind with Jenner in the CDC, what was her pre-apocalypse profession? What did she do for a living? So the first person to call with the right answer gets their pick. And we have a caller. Hello, you are on Dead
Hello.
Talk Live with Viz. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good. And what's your name?
My name's Luke.
Excuse me?
Luke.
Hey, Luke. How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you, man?
Good. You want to give us a shout out? Are you watching us from Instagram, YouTube, Twitter? Where are you watching us from?
My brother's actually watching your live stream, and he was like, yeah, get involved in this. So I thought, you know what, I might as well give it a go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're from the UK?
Yeah, man.
We have a lot of UK listeners, and yesterday's winner was from the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So, do you have an answer for us? Do you want me to repeat the question, or do you know?
Was it a zoning department worker? I don't know how you say it.
You are absolutely correct. Jackie worked for the city zoning office. So, congratulations, Luke. That is pretty impressive right there. So, Luke, congratulations. You get to pick the action figure of your choice. So, to read back your choices, you have Tyrese. I don't know if you're looking at the screen where I'm displaying them right now. You have Tyrese. You have RV Zombie. You have Bungee Walker. Gas Mask Riot Gear Zombie. Michonne's Pet 1. And the 2 new ones that I premiered today, Beth or Maggie. So what is your choice there, Luke?
Michonne's own Walker, please.
I love that. I love that action figure. So your choice is Michonne's pet number 1.
Pardon? Say that again.
You want Michonne's Walker. That's the one you chose. Absolutely. That's a great pick. That is a great, great pick. So, Luke, in order for me to get your information, if you go to our YouTube page, which is called Walking Dead Now, in the description of any of our videos, including this live stream, or if you go to the About page, our email is up there. Or just after the show is over, email me your shipping information, and I will get that Michonne's Walker action figure out to you.
Okie dokie.
Thank you so much, and congratulations again, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so just email me your info, don't forget, and then I will have that action figure shipped out to you.
I'll jump on it now, yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Luke.
Cheers, man.
All right, cheers. So there you guys have it. Marko says, great choice, Luke. I absolutely agree. Everybody's picking the big name characters. I love this Michonne's pet number 1 Walker. I think that's an awesome choice. That is an awesome choice. Ismail writes, she mentioned it when she was with Glenn and Morales going through the sewer in that building where Rick handcuffed Merle to the roof. Yeah. Yep, that's how she knew her around. Lifting Fit Journey writes, congratulations, Luke. TWD fan writes, yes. Yes. Toby, are you saying yes because you're excited because the action figure is still available, the one that you want? Or are you saying yes because you're really, really excited for Luke? So, let me know what you think there, Toby. So, that's great. We've been running this contest. This is our 3rd straight day. And I'm very impressed with you guys. We have 3 straight winners. That is kick-ass. I lost my video feed to the Instagram. Can you guys on Instagram still hear me? Anybody on Instagram, let me know if I lost you or if you guys can still hear me. Oh, Toby. Luke is your brother. Okay, so you guys can still hear me. Good, Marko. I lost the my video part, but I can still see your chats. Okay, good, good. I'm glad you guys can still see the slideshow that I have in the background. Because that's the part that dropped off for me. As long as you guys can see it, we're good. Okay, good, good. As long as you guys can see the video background, then we're good to go. All right, so let's continue on with our discussion. Today's winner was Luke, Toby's brother. Toby, can I ask you something, DWD fan? Okay, did you tell Luke, did you give Luke the answer, or did you really want that Michonne's Pet Walker doll and that's the one you told him to pick? I'm just curious. This is my own curiosity. TWD fan, aka Toby from the UK. Oh, you said no. Okay, all right. Just curious there. Okay, so we have tonight's winner. The contest will continue again tomorrow. I look forward to that. So we're getting a lot of hearts and love on Instagram. Lots of love right back at you guys. So let's move on to Season 8, which, like I said in the beginning, is one of my top seasons of The Walking Dead. All Out War. It starts out at 100 miles per hour, and it just doesn't stop for like at least the 4 or 5 episodes into it. Rick and the gang surround the sanctuary. Ezekiel, Carol, and the Kingdom Fighters go after the outposts. They have a plan. Rick's plan, for the most part, initially works out. He surrounds the sanctuary with walkers. TWD fan writes, his brother Luke is a bigger Walking Dead fan than me. Okay, that's good to know. I can tell he's a fan. He knew the right answer. And that was, a very obscure moment in season 1. And Luke did great. So, like we said, Luke, Rick had it all planned out. Let's surround the sanctuary with a bunch of walkers. Get Negan trapped in there. Several days with no food, no water. He will have no choice but to surrender. But they have Eugene with them. Hey, Willem, hola. Willem80 from Instagram. Welcome. Welcome to our show. So, basically Negan tells Eugene, either you find your way to get us out of here, or I'm going to kill you quick. So you don't have to experience the riots that are going to break out in the sanctuary. I don't know if you guys remember that moment as well. So Rick's plan goes off without a hitch. Rick's part of it. Now, Ezekiel was all boasting and was like, yes, we can conquer anybody and everybody. And then 3 seconds later, the whole Kingdom army is wiped out. Ezekiel, Carol, Jerry survive, but everybody else is just, they're just taken out. They're gone. Ismail writes, Rick made a dumb decision when he chose to trust Jadis twice, and she betrayed him just because he needed the numbers. Yeah, Jor gives us a big happy love smiley face. Viv gives us also a big happy smiley face, love face. Thank you, everybody. So, yeah, I mean, we lost the entire Kingdom army, and that breaks Ezekiel. I mean, maybe breaking is not the right word, but it brings him back to reality. His whole king's speeches, we march forward, and on this day we shall conquer our mortal enemies, and blah and blah and blah. Yeah, that shit got turned around real quick. And his ass was brought back to reality because he lost his whole army. And he had to go back to Kingdom and tell all their loved ones that, they're all dead. They're dead. So Ezekiel didn't succeed very well. Rick's plan started off okay, but then he turned back to Jadis, still offering her a piece of the pie to come see the Savior surrender. He walks back into the sanctuary, and it's empty, abandoned. Now, we find out it's because of Eugene. He thought of a way to distract the walkers and get everybody loose. But, then Rick has a problem, because then he doesn't have the numbers anymore. He doesn't have the numbers to go up against the Saviors. And they come after him. They take down Alexandria. And at that point on, and then, I don't know if I want to touch on this with only a few minutes left before our time is up, but we lose Carl. We lose Carl in season 8. And I know for everybody out there, that's a big heartbreak right there. Carl getting bit really surprised me. I know now why they did it. The reason why the writers of the show wrote Carl off, whether you agree with it or not, is what other way did they see moving forward where Rick would spare Negan's life? So if it wasn't for Carl getting bit, him writing those letters to Negan, his father, to everyone, telling Rick to, have forgiveness, telling Negan to stop fighting. If it wasn't for those letters, does anybody really see Rick sparing Negan's life in the finale of season 8? V8160 gives us a big thumbs up on Instagram. Hey V. So yeah, Carl's death, we lost a lot of viewers. We lost a lot of young viewers, as well as older viewers. I mean, Carl was a big favorite, a huge favorite, no matter what age you were. And nobody saw it coming, and it shocked the shit out of everybody. When he lifts up his shirt and we see that walker bite on him, and we know that his time is coming. I mean, what can you say? No, V, sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. So anyway, like I said, we lose Carl. That breaks our heart. He was on the show from the very beginning. We watched him grow up on the show. And it wasn't like the actor wanted to leave. It's not like the actor wanted to pursue other projects. He's one of those characters that was written off the show for the storyline to move forward. He was basically killed so Negan could survive. I know we have a lot of Negan fans out there now. I'm a Negan fan. I love Negan. And the writers saw no way forward of keeping Negan alive if Carl was still alive. They didn't see how Rick could possibly spare Negan if Carl didn't beg him to do so in those letters. So, I mean, if anybody out there disagrees with me, I know a lot of people disagree with me on that one. A lot of people just say, no, he didn't have to die. And you're right, he didn't have to die. He's like the last one standing in the comic books. Carl was the last one standing in the comic books when they ended last year. But you would have to go back and rewrite Rick's whole TV backstory and give him another reason to spare Negan. Negan is very vital to this series moving forward after, he loses the all-out war. And we're seeing that right now with the Whisperers, how critical and vital of a role Negan is going to play. I think Negan is going to become the leader of Alexandria. Now that Michonne is gone, I really, really, truly believe that Negan is going to take over as the leader of Alexandria. If anybody out there agrees with me, just give me a thumbs up or something, because I really think that's going to happen. He has the experience, although he didn't do it that great before. He did keep people in line, just not the way, you would like a leader to do so. But I really truly believe that Negan is going to become the leader of Alexandria. That's my guess right there. Anyway, we couldn't get through all of Season 8, but it's no problem. It's no rush. Nobody's rushing us. We are on every night at 9:30 p.m. throughout YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Every night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. I want to thank all you guys for joining me tonight. You've been great as always. You can catch all our past episodes on YouTube, as well as our fan videos that we create. So if you want to support us, please head on over to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is called Walking Dead Now. Head on over there, find our channel, and subscribe. You can watch all our fan videos, our compilations, our tributes, our commentaries, and of course, all past episodes of Dead Talk Live. So we would really appreciate that. We also have our podcast out there. It's called Stay Walking. You can find it in Google Play. You can find it in the Apple app, podcast app. Just a little note right there. It is a video podcast. So if you guys, for those people that are using iPhones or any kind of iOS device, you will get, if you subscribe to our podcast, Stay Walking, you will get the full spectrum of all the videos and everything. Unfortunately, Apple is like the only one that supports video podcasts at the moment. So if you're on an Android device, you will get the audio portion of our Dead Talk Live series. But as far as our videos, if you're on an Android, you're going to need to head on over to our YouTube page. So just wanted to warn you guys about that. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. You guys can email me directly. My email is viz, at twdnow.com. You guys can reach me anytime, whenever you want. You can direct message me through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can email me directly. Again, my email is viz at twdnow.com. All right, guys, till tomorrow, stay walking.